News
or
Channel
even
Nebraska.
before kickoff, our community welcomes you with open arms. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is happy to have you here, and we want to show you what we're all about. From wide open spaces to music, shopping, entertainment, and more, there is always something for you to discover in our city. Stop by the Visitors Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit Lincoln.org. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Let's get moving, Nebraska. Show us how you stay healthy and you could really make a difference. Capture these moments, whether it's a walk in the park, playing with your kids or pets, biking or swimming, or even cooking a healthy meal, and share them with us. Each week, one lucky winner will choose a school to receive a $500 donation from Medica. Join the fun and make a difference. Submit today at newschannelnebraska.com and your school could win $500. Stretch Across Nebraska, presented by Medica with News Channel Nebraska.
Teammates Mentor proudly serves 10,000 students in 192 chapters across Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, South Dakota, and Wyoming. But we need your help.
We're recruiting Teammates Mentors to help our students reach their full potential.
Meeting with a student once a week can make a positive impact in their life and create a ripple effect in our communities.
Go to teammates.org to learn how you can get involved. Join the team, be a mentor.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes, the wedding band, so we'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
This broadcast is brought to you by See the Trainer. Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't see just anyone, see the trainer. And by Southeast Community College. Head to southeast.edu and discover your path to possible. This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. NCN Sports is presented by Currency. Does your business need help financing big-ticket items? Currency is here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Liberty First Credit Union. Find out more at LibertyFirstCU.com. And by Teammates Mentoring. Join the team, be a mentor. Visit teammates.org today.
We welcome you back to the O-Zone. The girls' game is in the books, 50-46, the final. Beatrice takes the win. Beatrice will look to go 2 for 2, but let's face it, they're the underdog in this one. But both teams very different than when we've seen them in the past. Crete lost a lot, went to the state semis last year. Only loss came to Scott in the semis, but they lose a lot of mainstays. Beatrice, very young team, only one returning starter. New faces out there tonight.
Well, it's Clark Ribble, Tony Siski over there at Crete, two of the best coaches to do it, really a Class B or any class. So you know you're going to have great coaching, and that always gives you that puncher's chance, regardless if you're outmanned or not.
Yeah, those faces haven't changed. You've called a lot of games with Tony Siski and Clark Ribble. Let's talk about our key players tonight for this one. We'll start with Beatrice. Harrison Vetrovsky, a 6'4" sophomore, young player, but he's physical, back-to-back career highs, and he can shoot.
He's not only physical, he's also brings some height, kid frame on him, and yes, that's kind of a key element to it. He can shoot the three, saw him in warm-ups, drained a couple like that, and that trail three, the big man that's so tough to defend, easy to lose. He brings a lot to the table for this young Beatrice team.
And for Crete, it's Justice Gardner. You might have remembered his brother Jabin. It feels like there's a Gardner on every Crete team we cover. He's physical, similar to Vetrovsky, and shoot.
He's a lot like Vetrovsky, but he's got a quick step, and he's a powerful dude. We're going to see a couple of dunks here tonight. There's going to be some highlights. Don't be surprised if Gardner gets loose, gets his way to the rim.
Well, in the girls' game, we were telling you all about watching the facilitators, the point guards in Drager and Stabler. Tonight, keep an eye on that post down low. I think it's going to be a good battle. Crete and Beatrice coming up on NCN.
This broadcast is brought to you by Beatrice Public Schools, City Bank and Trust in Crete, member FDIC, and by Crete Lumber.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you gotta check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
At the racetrack or the rat race round town, fuel matters. Here, customers can expect the highest quality fuel that they deserve.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs. All backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
Beatrice getting ready to meet the Orange Faithful here at the Ozone and meet their rivals from Saline County, the Crete Cardinals. And let's tell you a little bit more about the schools and the communities that you will see tonight with School Spotlight, brought to you in part by Currency. Beatrice, population of just over 12,000. They are the Orangemen, and they hail from Gage County, an enrollment just under 500. And for the visitors from Crete, the Cardinals coming to you from Saline County, a population of 7,488. Not too different on the enrollment side from Beatrice at 525. Andy, Crete's won the last three against Beatrice. How do they make it 4 in a row, just as the Lady Orange did to the Cardinals in our girls' game?
Well, any team coached by Tony Siski, they're going to move the ball. They're going to put a lot of pressure on that defense. They love to score in transition, and they always seem to have a couple of key three-point shooters. I see a couple of Siskis, up and down the roster here too. So the Orangemen are going to have a lot of pressure on them to locate shooters in transition, fan out, find them, make things a little bit more difficult for Crete scoring the basketball.
All right, let's get a look at the starting lineups for this one tonight. There's the officials who Andy mentioned. Actually, you know what? We'll throw it to break. We'll get you the starting lineups in just a moment. Back after this.
Stop into Zollner Ford Beatrice and check out the great pre-winter offers. 2024 Ford F-250 starting at only $47,999, or choose 1.9% financing with approved credit. Check out ZollnerFordBeatrice.com for our $399 a month lease specials on many models in stock. Check out the 2024 full-size hardtop Broncos starting as low as $39,999. We are Zollner Ford Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. legendary family adventures, out-of-this-world shopping, star-studded evenings, and award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, meeting your sales, service, and part needs.
Welcome back to the Ozone. Jake Bartecki and Andy Klassen getting you ready for Beatrice and Crete. Coming up on NCN. And Andy, let's take a look at this Crete Cardinal squad. 1-1 on the season, 58-49 loss to Bennington. There you see the starting lineup. Kenson Spence, Carson Coteal, Carter Renzi, Colton Fay, and Justice Gardner. Renzi and Gardner combining for nearly 40 on the season.
Yeah, this is a senior-led team. 4 seniors in the starting lineup here. That's exactly what you want to see. This is also an experienced group where they've got a lot of varsity minutes under their belt.
They average 53 points per game, as we said, almost 40 combined between Renzi and Gardner. You know where their offense is coming from. Beatrice comes into this one 1-1, a win in the season opener against Nebraska City. They enter off a 63-31 loss to Ashland Greenwood. Look, there's a lot of new faces on this Beatrice team, and Clark Ribble, before the season, he talked about it feeling like his first year, where there were a lot of new pieces, only one senior. Brody Stone, that scenario for Beatrice. Clark Ribble's not unaccustomed to working with young teams.
You're exactly right. And they're going to have a good shot here tonight to showcase some of that young talent. Brody Stone, the lone senior on the entire roster here, but there's a bevy of really promising sophomores and then some juniors in Cooper Lovett, Jay Jackson, and Connor Hayden.
Yeah, Tyson Cerveny also strong as well. 12 points in the season opener. That was a career high for him. You mentioned Brody Stone, 16 points, a career high in that season opener, then shut out against Ashland Greenwood. That's a good defensive team, though.
It really is, and Brody Stone's one of those talents where he can shoot the ball from beyond the arc. I also see his dribble drive. You've seen it over the years. He's developed that part of his game, so he's just one of those scorers that can score at multiple levels.
And there you see the starting 5 for head coach Clark Ribble. Just one senior, as you mentioned, Andy, in the starting 5, and that is Brody Stone. Otherwise, it's Jesse Oltmans, Harrison Vetrovsky, Tyson Cerveny, and Jay Jackson. Beatrice comes into this one, as we said, 1-1. 46 points per game on the season. They have not had a ton of success offensively. Last year, it was all Crete up in Saline County. The Cardinals won that one 80-49, but they did that to a lot of teams. 26-1, their only loss at state.
You know, they really did, and that was a special squad. And I'll tell you what, they really paid their dues. That was a team that was having a rough go of it early on in Tony Siski's early tenure at Crete. We kind of followed those guys up from their freshman year. It was exciting to watch them have that success, and it was kind of devastating for just your casual fan to see them get bit by the injury bug at the tail end.
6'5" against 6'4", and it is Justice Gardner to win the opening tip-off over Harrison Vetrovsky, and we are underway. Carter Resney with the basketball, 20.5 points per game on the season. Coteal with a dribble drive, and Gardner from 3. He is not a decoy from downtown. Don't let his size fool you. He can shoot that. And now a tie-up underneath. Coteal gets wrapped up with Stone and Cerveny.
Good job for Stone getting there. He got there a little late, but still able to tie the ball up, create the jump, and get a possession, kind of steal a possession there for the Orangemen.
First possession of the ball game for Beatrice comes 30 seconds into the first quarter, and this is Brody Stone, the only returning starter for the Orangemen. Vetrovsky, overhead pass over to Jesse Oltmans. Stone to Cerveny, aggressive point guard, maybe too aggressive on the pass. He turns it over. Steal for the Cardinals. It was Resney who brought it back. He averages 2 steals per game. Nifty move in the lane, and our first bucket goes to Colton Fay.
Excellent. footwork there from Fay. A little hesitation at the end. He cleared out some space for himself.
Ball dropped down to the corner. This is Jay Jackson. Here's Harrison Vetrovsky for three. In and out. Cerveny with the offensive board. And a bad bounce pass gets taken away. 2 steals on as many Orangemen possessions for the Cardinal defense.
Yeah, that's where you snag an offensive rebound. You got to take care of that extra possession.
Coteal with a 3. Left that one off the front iron. Crete 0 for 2 from downtown to start the ball game. Beatrice 2 for 2 on turnovers when they've had the basketball.
Just love how aggressive the Cardinals get with that 2-3 zone. A lot of times you hear about man-to-man defense being aggressive. They get aggressive through the zone.
And I think that's when Tony Siski's teams are at their best, sometimes in the zone. And a travel. Just another example of it, and it forces a third Orangeman turnover in as many possessions. And checking in, Boston Crawford, who you might remember his older brother, Andy Shelton Crawford, who's sitting just a couple rows down from us here. He's making a name for himself at Doane.
Yeah, no doubt. He was a special talent, and, you know, Boston, it's his turn now. For the Orangemen, he's going to get a shot right here.
Both played quarterback for the Orangemen on Beatrice's football team. Both three-point specialists and also a specialist at shooting the basketball. Carter Renzi, 45% to start the year, and that's a tough shot.
It really was, but it didn't feel like this offense forced it, right? It was under control. Yes, it was contested, but it was kind of the look the Cardinals were looking for.
4-0 Cardinals, 2.5 minutes gone by here in the first. Vetrovsky underneath, gets positioning on Justice Gardner, and it's a 4-2 ball game.
Fantastic movement away from the basketball and just continuing that drive. Crete overplaying the kick out.
Carter Renzi swings left side. It's Fay with it, who opened the scoring with a dribble drive lay-in. Renzi, what a move. Got the 3 off, couldn't get it to go. Oltmans comes down with it. Crete wanted to travel, but Beatrice gets a big stop.
Well, Beatrice wanted a foul, so I kind of like the no whistle there.
I agree. Stone from the free throw line. Bouncing it down to Jesse Oltmans, who gets tangled up and fouled.
Love the vision from the senior Brody Stone with the bounce pass. Look at this entry here.
I was wondering when we were going to hear that tonight.
What's that?
I was wondering when we were going to hear your Brody. Is that which show is that from?
Oh, Schick and Nick.
Yep. I remember the state tournament call.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that was Brody Kaler from Johnson Brock you were referring to.
That's right.
A lot of Brodies around these parts. There's another bucket for Harrison Vetrovsky. Baseline drive from the right block, and that ties the game.
Just keep feeding the big fella. Number 4, Harrison, getting it done early.
Justice Gardner drives, misses, but gets his own rebound and gets the putback.
He's always been so good at that, keeping that pivot foot live, working around, down off the block, off an offensive rebound.
6-4 in favor of Crete. Crete averaging just 3 offensive rebounds per game to start the year, but they're beyond that mark right now. Steal back the other way. Renzi, it doesn't get easier than that. Coteal the steal, Renzi the lay-in. 4 turnovers, all steals for these Crete Cardinals.
Oh, just dodged another one right there, but look at these guards extending that zone defense out.
Jesse Oltmans back out to Stone. 4-point lead for the Cardinals, 3:30 to go in the first. Oltmans to Stone. He has it poked free from behind by Renzi, and a couple of substitutions. Into the ball game for the Cardinals, that's Corbin Coe and Everett Heath. Spence and Fay will take a seat. Jesse Oltmans comes out, and the first substitution into the ball game for Beatrice. First starter back in is Tyson Cerveny. This is Stone, who gets positioning, can't get the lay-in, and Gardner with the rebound off the tip. Gardner splits Crawford and Vetrovsky, and he gets the bucket and the foul. Nice move by the big man.
That's just not fair, Jake. A big man with handles like that, and you saw the physicality there, working through a lot of contact, and one.
The foul was on Boston Crawford. First foul of the ball game for Beatrice. Gardner at the line to start the year. 3 of 4, make it 3 of 5. Crete 0 for 2 to start the game here at the charity stripe. Tyson Cerveny, the sophomore point guard, to Stone. The senior misses off back iron. And the Cardinals quarterback on the football field, Coteal, dishes one down inside to Corbin Coe. It's all about a quarterback's vision, finding the open receiver, and that is what Coteal did. And it's a 12-4 Cardinals lead, 2:50 to go in the first. Timeout called. Crete's got their largest lead of the night. Back after this.
This broadcast is brought to you by Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevy in Aurora. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
Crete leads at 12-4. Andy, they've forced 4 Beatrice turnovers, and all of them have been steals.
Yeah, and give a lot of credit to Corbin Coe on that last possession. They're running the court and getting paid off from that excellent vision from the guards, finding the big man running the court for the easy deuce.
Pass to the right side, Boston Crawford, a sophomore, over to Brody Stone. They play catch on that far side of the floor. Just nothing working inside for Beatrice. Petrovsky out to Cerveny. A rush shot, but the 3 is up and off the mark. Ball loose. Cerveny comes up with it for the moment. Coe's able to regather and take it away. The drive from the right block by Renzi, no good, deflected out of bounds. I'm surprised Beatrice didn't call timeout with the possession.
Yeah, but that's just, both teams kind of scrapping right now, challenging one another for each and every rebound. You love the hustle, really, from both sides.
Beatrice down by 8, but with the basketball here. Tyson Cerveny over to Brody Stone. Stone from the corner for 3. That one in and out. Beatrice has had some good looks from downtown, but they haven't fallen. Resny took it to the free throw line, resets, drives, got tied up, but Gardner able to clean it up in the midst of 3 defenders. He parts the seas. Justice Gardner with 6 points here in the first.
Yeah, he's just so cool and collected underneath there. A lot of traffic, people trying to get after him. He just goes up strong every time.
3 ball by Boston Crawford. High arcing shot too strong. Crete continues to build on their largest lead. Gardner again, this one off the mark. And we've got a foul here on Corbin Coe over the back on Cerveny. And that'll go the other way to Beatrice.
Cerveny does a really good job giving up some size, but there he goes boxing out the sophomore. He's got a high basketball IQ.
Jay Jackson, Boston Crawford take a seat. Jesse Oltman's back in for the Orangemen, and Evan Roberts, aggressive sophomore, makes his way onto the floor for the first time in this first quarter, which is brought to you in part by John Henry's Our Family Serving Yours. Brody Stone to Evan Roberts. 1 minute to go here in the first. Ball bounced to Stone. Couldn't handle the pass. Shot clock at 15. Stone left open from deep, and he can't get it to go.
And he can shoot that.
Beatrice 0 for 4 in this first half. Crete and the Orangemen 0 of 7 combined. Corbin Coe knocks it down inside. Don't need to make threes when it's that easy at the block.
Yeah, a couple big fellas helping one another out there. And they switched up their defense that last possession to a 3-2. It kind of confused the Orangemen.
Cerveny at the free throw line. Stone to Oltmans. At the elbow, Evan Roberts with it now. 14 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock disabled here to end the first. Crete by a dozen. Brody Stone threads the needle to Vetrovsky inside. Can't get it to go. The putback by Oltmans short, but he's fouled and will go to the line for a pair.
Really been impressed with Brody Stone and his ability to take the shot when it's there, but being, you said it, thread the needle, finding the post, getting inside that zone.
The foul on Everett Heath, that is his first. And the free throw by Oltmans around the rim and in.
It's okay, use the whole cylinder there. And Oltmans did a heck of a job crashing the backside, getting that offensive rebound, and all in one motion, get it back up on the rim to collect that foul.
Oltmans with 2 points per game on the year. Second one on its way, and it is good. 10-point lead for the Cardinals. The three-quarter court heave off the mark by Colton Fay. And at the end of one, it's the Cardinals 16, the Orangemen 7. 8 minutes down, 24 remain. Back after this on NCN.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
10-point lead for the Cardinals, 16-6 reads the scoreboard here at the Ozone. Jake Bartecki, Andy Klassen welcoming you back to Beatrice, and everything going right for the Cardinals. They're really getting everything they want, but a steal there for Jesse Oltmans.
Nice job coming across, applying the double team, taking away that easy entry pass that the Cardinals were exploiting in that opening quarter.
Boston Crawford steps to his right. Vetrovsky with 4 points in the ball game to lead the Orangemen, dishes it left. Stone fakes with the left foot inside. Vetrovsky off the window, and it's in.
Once again, fantastic job there from Stone, measuring up the switch up there. 2-1-2 zone, gets that little penetration, finds the cutter on the opposite side.
Carson Coteal down to Justice Gardner. Gardner flips one up, no good. Crawford in transition off the turnover. It's Brody Stone. Cerveny lost the dribble, and Beatrice turns it right back over, and in transition, fighting past the defender is Carter Resney, and it's 18-8, back up to 10.
And he saw Resney with that late acceleration to get by the defense.
Vetrovsky to the elbow. Cerveny's pass deflected. And back the other way come the Cardinals off another Orangeman turnover.
You know, you can use that bounce pass, right?
Penson Spence to his left. It's picked up there by Resney. What a tough shot from the elbow. Double teamed. Resney on fire here to start. He's got 8.
Yeah, got it into the defender there, kind of backed off. That was a tough jumper.
Crete enters at 1-1. Fell 58-49 to Bennington in their last time out. Crawford to Vetrovsky. Cerveny at the free throw line. Bounces it down inside in the passing lane.
Spence.
Slammed shut by Kenson Spence. Jump ball. It'll be possession Beatrice.
You can tell Spence this season, he measured that up, played with a lot of anticipation there. He was sitting on that entry pass.
Would have been the 7th turnover of the night for Beatrice, but it stays by virtue of the jump ball. Cerveny, quick up with it off the inbound, missed the first, missed the second, the third, is corralled by Resny. This is Coteal with it off the miss. A 3-ball on its way. Resny has made just about everything tonight, but that one off the mark. Crete 0 of 4 from long range. Beatrice also 0 for 4, but I think if there's one thing they'd love to improve on, it'd be the three-point shooting. Hasn't been great this season at 28% and struggling here early as well.
Yeah, but that's one of those type of shots that it can turn around in a hurry. Shooting is contagious. We saw that in the girls' game just a moment ago where you saw one 3-ball go down, then a bevy of 3-point shots.
Gardner missed another, but Spence puts it up and in, and Kenson Spence becomes the 5th different scorer of the night for Crete.
That's really been the difference. The Cardinals' ability to work the ball down low, just generating those buckets methodically.
Stone to Vetrovsky. Stone again dishes it inside. Harrison Vetrovsky looking for the foul, no call. Here comes Crete the other way. Layup off the mark for Colton Fay, who opened the scoring tonight. He's looking for his next bucket there, won't find it. Brody Stone, pass deflected, and Coteal with the interception. 8th turnover of the night for the Orangemen, and a foul back the other way, and it's called against Brody Stone, his first.
Yeah, regardless who's, manning the top of this zone defense, they are causing problems for the guards, and maybe a little frustration foul here from Stone after getting kind of pickpocketed.
4:41 to go until halftime. 22-8. It is all Cardinals to start this one. Gardner up top. Coteal swings left. 3-ball. Fay on its way. That one off the front iron. No good.
Couple boards back to back for Jay Jackson. That's a basketball name right there. Jay Jackson.
I'd agree. Alliteration always goes well with sports. Harrison Vetrovsky to his left. Evan Roberts swings and dishes it over to Jay Jackson. Oltmans to Roberts. Shot clock at 5. Cerveny has to let one fly. In and out.
Boy, that looked good. Good rotation, finding an open shooter late in the shot clock.
And it sort of seems like Crete's letting Beatrice shoot that. They're 0 of 5. They've struggled from 3 this season. Not afraid to let the Orangemen let it fly, so to speak. Layup off the mark by Coteal. Rebound Cerveny. Vetrovsky to Roberts.
Cerveny's leading all rebounders right now with 4. I mean, he's given up a lot of size, but does a really good job, just fundamental.
It's a nice job getting underneath, too.
Yep.
Nice find by Vetrovsky. Jackson can't get it to go. There is just a lid on the basket for the Orangemen.
You gotta finish, but that defense is so intimidating from the Cardinals.
3 on its way. That one off the mark. Rebound put back up and off the miss. Going back up with it, Torin Siski, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, and it doesn't take the Cardinals long to go from defense to offense. I'll tell you what, it's 100 miles an hour on both ends of the court.
Free throw coming here for Siski. In and out. Our second quarter tonight, proudly supported by Steve Carper and the crew at O Street Carpet. Our score with 2:58 to go until halftime, 22-8 in favor of the Cardinals. Second attempt by Siski, in and out. Crete now 0 for 3 at the line to start this one. It's a nice look at the Crete head coach, Tony Siski. This team a year ago, 26-1. By many, myself included, at the start of the state tournament, the favorite to win that Class B crown.
I kind of mentioned in the pregame, it was just not only for the Crete fans and Crete faithful, but just the casual basketball fans, seeing them have to deal with some injuries late. It just felt like it was their time and kind of slipped away.
Shot clock violation here by Beatrice for their 9th turnover of the night. You mentioned that Crete team last year. One of those big injuries was Ben Ehlers, son of the head coach of the girls team, who unfortunately fell to Beatrice tonight. But his son talked to him earlier this week, talked to Britt Ehlers, that is, and is at Morningside, says he's doing well, hoping to rejoin the squad here soon.
Oh, that's awesome. It's always good to see these resilient young men bounce back from a devastating injury and not give up on a passion or a love like they have for a sport like we're seeing here in basketball.
Aiden McDowell, a teammate of Ben Ehlers last year, now at Fort Hays State as well. He was an incredible player to watch.
He was so much fun. And, you know, I can remember when he was a freshman, he was out there doing as much as he could. Nice pull-up there for Renzi, staying hot. But McDowell paid his dues, and his junior and senior year, he was lights out. So much fun to watch.
Carter Resney, the first player into double figures, and finally the Orangemen get a three-pointer to go. Jay Jackson knocks down his first triple of the season, and Beatrice cuts the deficit to 13.
Yeah, the Orangemen can't give up on their base offense, as you saw another under control drive from Justice Gardner. It's just amazing how he plays within himself and makes it look so easy.
And Beatrice kept him in check last year. Just 2 points, 4 rebounds. He's got 8 points and I believe 4 rebounds here tonight as well. So blowing away the numbers from a year ago. Pass taken away. Beatrice into double figures with turnovers. Resney can't get it to go. Second effort underneath by Coe, no good. And Brody Stone comes up with it.
Oh, we're gonna have a tee. Yep, I thought so.
Corbin Coe hit with a tee. He got a little feisty with Evan Roberts. And Corbin Coe, his second foul is a technical.
Yeah, kind of got tied up with a Beatrice player, then looked like he kind of kicked him a little bit at the end there. Tonight's officials, Jack Marr, Patrick Clare, and Carson Woodfull. I agree with it with this technical getting blown here.
Free throw up and good for Harrison Vetrovsky, who's up to 7 points on the night now. Looking to make it 8 and keep Beatrice perfect at the line, and that one rims out. So he stays at 7, the deficit at 14.
Yeah.
Stick around for our halftime, brought to you in part by Sartor Heyman. We'll have highlights, analysis, and much more. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones can be found in Lincoln and Grand Island at Sartor Heyman. As you were saying, Andy Klassen.
I know the Cardinals are out in front here, but I love the reaction there from head coach Tony Siski, not hooping and hollering as we see a three buried by Crawford. We've said that a few times over the years. But head coach Tony Siski didn't hoop and holler, didn't yell at the officials. He actually turned to his player and addressed him. You know, I kind of like that, being under control, the demeanor there, and not putting it on the officials, putting it on yourself, putting it on your own team.
3 ball up and good, as Andy mentioned, by Boston Crawford to cut the deficit to 11. Final 15 seconds here in this first half, which has been dominated by Crete. They've led the entire way. Renzi steps to his right, up fakes and tries the three off the window, and it is up, no good. And the horn sounds. Do we have a foul here at the end? I believe we do.
Siski with the quick offensive rebound. Spence might have hurried his shot, but the clock was winding down, and Torrin Siski not giving up on the play. That's where these seniors, really come into play. The experience for the Cardinals.
And the officials making sure there was enough time on the clock for the foul. It's a 1/10 of a second, as you see it right there.
I was going to say, I know live television feed they could take a look at if they need a replay.
And they'll put the clock at 0, so that would mean right after these 2 attempts by Siski, we'll head to the locker room. Crete 0 of 3 at the line tonight, now 0 for 4.
That's a little uncharacteristic.
Stick around for our halftime coming up right after this shot. Our halftime will be brought to you in part by Visit Kearney. Find it all at visitkearney.org. To end the first half, Torrin Siski makes the first free throw of the night for the Cardinals, and it puts them up a dozen, 27-15 ante. I think there's a possibility, or there was a possibility, for this to be a much bigger deficit for the Orangemen at the break.
Yeah, Beatrice did a really nice job kind of calming the storm, coming out in the second quarter, running their offense, and then knocking down some shots, working the ball around. Saw that really nice 3 ball there from Crawford at the tail end of that second quarter.
All right, we'll be back after this for the Visit Kearney halftime show. You're watching Beatrice and Crete, Nebraska High School basketball on NCN.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Nebraska, it's time to celebrate our community heroes. Do you know a local hero who dedicates their time to make your community better? Someone who leads with a vision for a brighter tomorrow and inspires others to join? Nominate them today for the Community Hero Program, thanks to Medica. Each month, one Nebraska hero will be chosen and will get to choose a nonprofit to receive a $1,000 donation. Let's honor those who make our community shine. Community Hero, celebrating the heart of Nebraska.
Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't just see anyone, see the trainer. From bracing to home health and rehab products, they provide the right solutions to keep you moving. Whether it's a chronic condition or sudden injury, their expert team will help you find the perfect fit. With a wide range of in-stock orthopedic, sports medicine, or rehabilitation products, See the Trainer is dedicated to improving your quality of life. Visit the professionals at See the Trainer in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
Welcome back to the O-Zone, where Crete leads 27-15 at the half. Andy Klassen, your overall impressions, takeaways from the first 16 minutes.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be tough for Beatrice early on. They have so many underclassmen up and down their roster. Only one lone senior in Brody Stone. But he's done some nice things, able to play with some patience. At times, we saw Beatrice be able to penetrate that zone defense, but overall, whether it's the 2-3 zone, the 2-1-2, Crete mixing it up and applying that pressure on the defensive end, then that really has kick-started their transition game on the offensive end.
Yeah, Beatrice has been forced into 10 first-half turnovers. Leading scorer is Carter Renzi. He averages 20.5 on the season. He's got 10 at the break. He's right on pace to hit that number. Let's take a look how we got to that score that you see in the lower third of your scoreboard there. 27-15 in favor of the Cardinals. And again, Crete had led the entire way. They have led the entire way in this one. Our halftime highlights brought to you in part by Southeast Community College and Currency. There we go, opening possession of the ball game. Just a nice drive here from Colton Fay, splits the defenders. Tough shot, he made it work. Back the other way, Beatrice answering on their third possession. Turned it over twice to start the ball game. Petrovsky's had a nice half as well, despite the deficit.
He really has, doing a nice job boxing out, playing with fundamentals. He's given up some size, but he's leading all rebounders.
Petrovsky right now with 7 points. He's the leading scorer for Beatrice. Justice Gardner. Auntie, we talked about watching the post. We the guards in the girls' game. Down low in this one, Justice Gardner's doing a nice job. And here's Corbin Coe again in the post.
Yeah, the size that Crete has overall is really coming to play. And credit Tony Siski and his staff by leaning into their strengths.
Back the other way, nice drive here. Carter Renzi, we talked about it. He averages 20 on the season. He's got 10 at the half here, and this was a tough shot. I mean, he double clutched and was able to hit it over basically 2 defenders.
Yeah, he started off hot, and he stayed that way the entire time.
Kenson Spence, just 2 points, 1 bucket in the first half, and he picks off a pass, baseline drive, finishes. Kenson Spence, big physical player again, the post working out for the Cardinals.
What's really impressed me with Spence is his anticipation on the defensive end. Right there, you see him boxing out. No need to box out because you saw Crawford bearing the triple.
Yeah, it's not the first time a Crawford's made a triple in this venue before. 27-15 the score, and we want to remind you, get updates on every game that News Channel Nebraska broadcasts, updates on the Huskers, updates on smaller colleges, Wayne State, Doane, Bruce State, Chadron, all on our X page at NCN Sports. Follow us for live updates, recaps, and more. You also might see some clips on there from Nebraska Football Now as well, which will be back next week. I wonder what we'll talk about.
There's a couple topics, right,
There's
to go
a couple
over.
Topics.
Pinstripe Bowl at the tippy top of that, and you're exactly right, Jake. X gonna give it to you.
We will indeed. That's at NCN Sports. For all that and much more, we'll be back after this. 27-15 Cardinals at the break.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do, just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Crete by a dozen here at the break, 27-15, aided by 10 points from Carter Renzi, another 8 from Justice Gardner.
Yeah.
Want to talk about something very special coming to central Nebraska's fine town of Kearney. And Andy, that is the Kearney Sportsplex, owned by the city of Kearney. It'll open this spring. Pickleball courts, 4 of them. Spectator seating. They'll have a 300-meter track, 3 lanes of running and walking.
Yeah.
A lot of other things. Turf field, basketball courts. It's going to be really cool.
It's going to be really cool, and more than that, it's going to drive a lot of tournaments and things of that nature to the center of the United States here in Kearney, Nebraska. You're going to have tournaments that are going to feature teams from Florida, Texas, California. How cool is that going to be? And it's all going to converge in Kearney at the Kearney Sportsplex over the years to come.
Gives a lot of people from some of those states you mentioned an opportunity to go to a place they might not otherwise ever get to. It's located off of I-80, climate controlled. They've got lots of different athletic facility things that they can accommodate, youth and sports tournaments, rec programs. I would like to get out and see it for myself.
I would like to think that we could snag a couple tournaments, whether it's wrestling, basketball. There's got to be something we could cover out there, right?
Hey, put a bug in Brandon Axum. Let's hear about that.
Hey, we got a guy in Kearney now, don't we?
We do indeed. Well, a couple. You talking Dave? You talking Shively?
Well, Dave Greek is who I was thinking of. We've always had Shively holding it down. Now we have a couple more options to lean on out there in the Tri-Cities.
We do indeed. And how cool is it to have Dave part of NCN now? I mean, I think everything news-wise from about York westward, he knows about.
And he's a sports guy too. He's a phenomenal at the news deal. But what a great get for NCN Sports Now, the entire network.
Yeah, we're happy to have you, Dave. He'll be on here later tonight, and Sunday through Thursdays evenings, right here on NCN. 27-15 in favor of Crete. 2 straight semifinal appearances for this Cardinals squad. We'll see what they're able to accomplish the rest of the season and the rest of tonight. If you're Clark Ribble, Andy, down by 12, what's your message in the locker room to this Beatrice team? Because they're not out of the game.
They're not out of the game. You're exactly right. They chipped away enough to keep themselves, within striking distance. They just have to get after a little bit more here in the second half. Maybe take some risk defensively. You're seeing them right here going for that steal. And, hey, the defense holds up.
Renzi short on the shot from the right wing. Here's a three by Jay Jackson. That would be huge if it fell. He hit one earlier. That one off to the left, and Crete comes back the other way.
That's a really good start, though, for Beatrice. Strong defensive stop and a good look on the other end.
Spence to Gardner. What a shifty move by Renzi. Three with a little too much on it. Crete is 0 of 8 from downtown.
Yeah, just having a tough time knocking down shots from beyond the arc. They're also having a tough time from the foul line.
Off the miss. Spence has it knocked off the knee of Jesse Oltmans. We'll have another inbound 60 seconds into this third quarter.
Yeah, so a couple of the, uncontrollables, shooting from the three-point line, then maybe the foul line. You're expecting to see a little bit better performance from Crete, but they can still play above it and find other ways to score.
Petrovsky off the miss, finds Cerveny. Nice pass, Tyson Cerveny to Brody Stone for the opportunity at a three-point play.
There it is, and that's what a Clark Ribble team wants to do. Snag that rebound, get out in transition. There you go, nice ball fake. Giving up a little size down there to Gardner. Draw the foul.
Brody Stone had been shut out for 6 straight quarters until that bucket. Misses the free throw, and Beatrice only able to cut it to 10. Kenton Spence, 2 points in the first half. Carson Coteal, who has the basketball now, no points, but 4 first half assists. He averages 1.5 per game.
That's just a tough shot selection there. You're against a man-to-man defense. You're facing a double comes in on you at that 15-foot line. You pull up and shoot rather than work the ball around. Somebody's open, right?
Yep.
If you're facing a double team and 5-on-5, if I'm doing the right math there. But Crete, they're so talented and so good with the one-on-one game. You don't always want to take away that jumper away, but I would have just thought they could have worked the ball around a little bit more.
Cerveny at the top of the key. Brody Stone, dribble drive to the right block. Little hop step by Cerveny to Oltmans. Brody Stone thought about the three. They say he traveled with it. That's turnover number 1 of the second half for the Orangemen, 11th of the game. Andy, right now, the turnover ratio, 11-3, Beatrice to Crete.
And Stone had the right idea. He was leaning left, got that defender to go left and bite on it, but shuffled his feet just a little bit before he could get to that baseline.
Kenton Spence dribbles to his right. Fay opened the game in scoring. Has yet to score since. Pass left. Renzi to the left block. Gardner in the lane. Great find. Kenton Spence and gets the foul.
Yep.
3-point play opportunity. Kenton Spence.
So that's what I was talking about, Jake. Working the ball around, finding the post once again, and that's come up huge for Crete throughout. Getting the ball down on the block.
Harrison Petrovsky with his first foul. Crete struggling at the line, 1 of 5, and now 1 of 6. And Jesse Oltmans unable to corral the rebound. It's picked up in the corner by Cerveny.
But you're seeing Beatrice do what they're going to have to do throughout the season. Be scrappy, track down that loose ball.
Jay Jackson, backdoor cut. He was looking for Oltmans. And there's a tie-up. And the ball will stay with Beatrice. 17 seconds on the shot clock, and here comes Boston Crawford.
Right idea. He flashed open, but this speaks to how quick this defense for Crete can be and how well they move their feet. You're only going to have a split second to make that move, make that pass. Otherwise, it gets taken away.
Stone drives in the lane, kicks to the corner. Crawford, 3-ball on its way. Bang! Boston Crawford with his second triple of the night.
And that's going to cause head coach Siski to call timeout for Crete and kind of talk things over. Huge start to this half for the Orangemen.
The Orangemen off to a 5-2 advantage in this third quarter. It's a Single-digit deficit, 29-20 in favor of the Cardinals. Back after this.
Teammates Mentor proudly serves 10,000 students in 192 chapters across Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, South Dakota, and Wyoming. But we need your help.
We're recruiting Teammates Mentors to help our students reach their full potential.
Meeting with a student once a week can make a positive impact in their life and create a ripple effect in our communities.
Go to teammates.org to learn how you can get involved. Join the team, be a mentor.
Well, don't look now, but it's a single-digit deficit. Beatrice starting to claw their way back into this one, and Clark Ribble was understandably so and justifiably excited after that timeout.
Yeah, and I think if you're a Beatrice fan, you say, okay, you're down 9 midway through the third quarter. You'd probably take that, right, with some of the matchups, you know, and the upperclassmen that the Cardinals bring back. And you've hit a couple nails on the head here, Jake. Cardinals are cold from beyond the arc, and they're having a tough time knocking down those free throws. And, you know, they call them free, but they'll cost you if you don't make them.
Indeed. Good way to put it. Turnover there by the Cardinals. Torrance Siski re-enters the ball game, takes out Resny. Maybe just an opportunity for Carter Resny, leading scorer in the game. Just get a breather. Cerveny picks up the dribble. In the corner, Crawford pulled the trigger a little too early, got blocked. The 3-ball blocked by Colton Fay, and it'll stay with Beatrice.
Yeah, there's that length and that, you know, never quit, active defensive style, kind of a helter-skelter zone that the Cardinals have run for a number of years now.
Petrovsky on the pass from Stone, picked it up from Crawford. Here's Stone, throws one towards the rim. And that one goes out of bounds. I don't know what Brody Stone was trying to do there because it looked kind of like a pass as well.
And Crete's been doing this throughout this game. Often inbounds, they go man to man. That might have confused the attack from Beatrice.
Some size, going to check into the ball game here. Everett Heath, Corbin Coe for the Cardinals. And a drive and a score. Nice take there by Colton Fay, who opened the scoring. He gets his first bucket since that first quarter.
Boy, that was some smooth driving down the center lane through a lot of traffic.
Puts the Cardinals back up by 11. Led 27-15 at the break. Nice find by Stone, but the window shuts off for Cerveny. He'll kick it to the corner. Boston Crawford works it back to his left to Tyson Cerveny. Fighting amongst the trees, Cerveny able to draw the foul. That'll work.
Yep, he's sticking with it, just kind of grinding. Once again, you know, obviously giving up some height down there, but they're sticking with it. And in this zone defense where they got that lone player kind of working back across the foul line, you know, over the years, Beatrice has always had a big man, a very active, athletic big man to kind of patrol that. They got to change things up here this season, how they're kind of limited size-wise and with some of the youth really on their team.
Here come Coe and Heath into the ball game after Cerveny misses the first of 2 free throws. Cerveny this season, 8 points per game, an aggressive point guard, you know, especially for just manning the offense in his first year on varsity as a sophomore.
No doubt.
Misses both free throws. Beatrice now 3 of 7 at the charity stripe, and a whistle and a foul defensively here against the Orangemen, and that's on Jay Jackson.
That's not the worst foul in the world because it looked like Gardner was clearing wide open. It might have been showtime had he been able to get around here. Look at that.
Yep. I don't know if it would have been a dunk, but it would have been a nice move for 2. Pass underneath, bounced out of bounds, going the other way to Beatrice. Crete had just 3 turnovers in the entire first half. They've got 2 in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter.
Well, you got to love the defensive effort here from the Orangemen. Just being pesky enough to turn over the Cardinals. Kind of a thorn in their side.
This is Harrison Petrovsky to his right. Petrovsky a dribble drive. Goes up with it, he traveled, and it's turnover number unlucky, 13 for Beatrice.
Yeah, took that extra step, thought he was going to get by his defender, but Corbin Coe, he's 6'5". He can cover a lot of ground in the hurry.
Timeout called, 2:57 to go in the third. Crete in command. They lead at 31-20.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Our third quarter tonight brought to you in part by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. 31-20, Crete leading here, 2:57 to go in the third. Beatrice has looked a lot better, I think, in this third quarter. Yeah. I think some of the same issues, that Crete has forced Beatrice into are still kind of glaring. Turnovers, clogging up passing lanes. And they're making some shots.
Yeah, more than anything, they're kind of muddying up the game, right? Yeah. Crete got into such a rhythm early on in this one. Even though they weren't knocking down the three-point shot, they're able to get to the rim. Beatrice kind of negated that, getting in to the Cardinals a little bit on the defensive end.
Justice Gardner to Carter Resney. And Brody Stone able to disrupt the pass. Beatrice gets the steal. Be credited to Jay Jackson. Here's Crawford. To Petrovsky in the corner, one dribble, and he kicks it back out with 2.5 to go in the third.
Yeah, quick double team for the Orangemen, causing another turnover.
Petrovsky to Crawford. Crawford wants to take the three. You can see him kind of hesitating and waiting for the opportunity. There it is. Crawford lets it fly off the back iron, no good. Offensive rebound tapped away from Cerveny by Siski. And we've got a whistle and a foul here against Crawford going for the steal.
Yeah, you nailed it again there. Crawford was looking for that three, but Everett Heath was the wing. He's a senior on that side of the court. He kept his eye on number 3, Boston Crawford, the entire time, made him take that little bit of a hurried up three and further away from behind the line than maybe you wanted to initially.
Just 9 total points scored between these two teams in this third frame. Top of the key, Corbin Coe.
That favors Beatrice.
I would agree. Down low, Everett Heath turns around. Coe on Cerveny. Kicks it over to Siski, and a whistle.
Good
and a timeout call. 1:43 to go in the third, 11-point lead as Boston Crawford comes to the sideline somewhat gingerly. Crete up 31-20. Back after this on NCN.
Hi, I'm Baylor Shireman, proud to call Aurora, Nebraska home. From dreaming big in a small town to being drafted by the Boston Celtics, I've always aimed for the best. That's why I rely on Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevrolet in Aurora for my vehicles. When you're driven to succeed, you choose a winning team. Before you drive away in your next car, check with the team that knows how to win. Roe, it's the Roe you know.
Get to Roe.
(31-20) Crete with the lead. 1:43 to go in this third quarter. As the Cardinals left to hurry here, shot clock down to 4. Gardner, a spin move on Stone, and he gets the bucket to go. Justice Gardner showing out here in Southeast Nebraska.
He has the answer and has had the answer all night, using that drive, the strength with the ball in his hands.
Cerveny for threes for the answer, off the mark. Gardner, crossover, throws one up, throws it in. A nice shifty move on Jay Jackson.
Yeah, but that's what you expect from one of your all-stars, your senior upperclassmen, just kind of taking the game over right now.
Gardner with his second bucket of the third quarter. He's now up to a dozen in the game, and Beatrice turns it over again. 14 turnovers tonight for the Orangemen.
And Siski doing a really nice job making an adjustment offensively. If Beatrice is going to play this man-to-man and try to converge with a double team on Gardner, fan everybody out, get that spacing down, and allow for the one-on-one.
Right side with the basketball. Here's a three ball up and good. Carter Renzi with his first bucket of the second half. He's got 13, and believe it or not, that's the first triple of the night for Crete.
Hey, you've been calling for it all night. There's that three ball you've been looking for.
Resney now with a steal, picks the pocket of Jay Jackson, and he lays it up and in transition. Crete back up by a dozen.
Excellent job using his body to protect the basketball and keeping it out front away from the defender.
40-20 here. Crete building on their largest lead. Turning around, Jackson can't get it to go, and this one beginning to get out of hand. A 20-point lead for the Cardinals.
Yeah, back-to-back buckets from Gardner, then a couple three balls.
Resney at the horn. He can do no wrong. 43-20 at the break. The Cardinals end the third on a 10-0 run and head to the fourth in full control. Crete 43, Beatrice 20. What a pretty play to end the frame.
Women have a 1 in 8 chance for developing breast cancer. Early detection makes a difference. Beatrice Community Hospital's Imaging Center can help with the latest technology, from screening with 3D mammography, breast MRI, breast ultrasound, and breast biopsy. All services conveniently located in the BCH's Imaging Center. Schedule your screening today. Incredible care, incredibly close.
It is all Cardinals here at the O-Zone. Those kind of runs, especially at that point in the game, a 10-0 run to end the third, that spells disaster when you're playing a team like Crete.
It really does, and you know, there are just a couple of hiccups here and there where they weren't shooting well from the foul line. They weren't shooting really well at all from beyond the arc. Well, that switch gets flipped a little bit, and you see how potent this offense can really be.
With the basketball is Everett Heath. Justice Gardner just inside the right wing. Here's Heath for three. That one left short, and Jay Jackson collects the defensive board. Cerveny dribbles out to Jackson. Tyson Cerveny, he's been held in check tonight, has not scored, but averaging 8 points per game on the season through 2. And Jackson has the pass disrupted and taken away. Resney to Coe, quick strike. Coe fading away in the lane, can't get it to go. Petrovsky the board. Petrovsky a transition three, why not? Gets that back down to 20. And Petrovsky in the scorebook in the second half.
Looked like he was going to pass it off. Defense kind of left him alone. Petrovsky pulling the trigger, knocking it down.
And back the other way, Justice Gardner with the answer.
My goodness.
Gardner is not a decoy from downtown. He can shoot it just as his brother Jabin was able to do for many years under Tony Siski as well. Spin move in the lane and a foul. Petrovsky disrupted, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, nice job with the spin move here. Kind of take your pick. Double team both Cardinals, kind of getting into Petrovsky as he came off that spin move.
Petrovsky with back-to-back season and career highs to start the season with 14 and 15 points.
Yeah, promising sophomore there. You're getting a look at head coach Clark Ribble, the Orangeman.
If he can knock this one down, he'll be about 5 points away from keeping that pattern.
You know, that's one of the things I love about him and his staff there. Stays engaged with his assistant coaches, always bouncing ideas. They communicate a lot. And there was a play earlier where he had multiple guys, coaches off the bench, barking out orders. So you can tell, you know, it's a done by a committee, number of coaches over there on the Beatrice sideline.
Ball picked up by Siski, who had it poked away. Then he gets a step on the defender, can't finish the lay-in. And Beatrice comes back the other way.
How about Cerveny? 7 rebounds on the night.
Petrovsky does it again, knocks down a triple. Clark Ribble calls a timeout. Petrovsky all of a sudden up to 14 points, but Crete in command. They lead by 29, 49-24, back in 30 seconds.
Life can move at a pretty fast pace here in Nebraska. From lights on to lights out, there's no stopping our work ethic. That's why at Nebraska Public Power District, we take pride in keeping you going. Pride in knowing that your power grid is consistently ranked one of the nation's most reliable and resilient. We take on the challenges 24/7 because electricity is the lifeblood of your day, and powering your day is what motivates us to do our very best. NPPD, powering our state, empowering your life.
Welcome back to the O-Zone, where Crete leads 46-27, 6:07 to go in this one. Our fourth quarter tonight brought to you in part by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Nebraska's capital city has to offer. Discover more at lincoln.org. My name's Jake Bartecki. He's Andy Klassen. We appreciate you making us a part of your Thursday night on News Channel Nebraska. Colton Fay works it to his right. Renzi back to Fay, who fires from 3. That one off the mark. And there's a scramble for it in the paint. Possession arrow would favor the Orangemen, and it'll go that direction.
That's Kenton Spence once again tracking down the loose ball for the Cardinals, causing that jump. It looked like Beatrice was going to secure it here. There he is, number 0 in the middle of your screen, staying active.
Beatrice gets the possession here. Harrison Vetrosky with all 7 points for the Orangemen in the fourth. Bringing the ball up the floor is Brody Stone. Petrovsky's also made 3 of the 5 triples by the Orangemen tonight.
He's got a nice blend. You know, he's got that size to him. He can finish inside, but he can stroke it from beyond the arc as well.
Cerveny just inside the foul line. Out to Brody Stone, who sprints towards the rim, goes up with it, and gets fouled. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, that's what you'd like to see more of. The lone senior, Stone, has a really nice drive, and saw a little hang time there, that athleticism.
Foul was the second of the night on Kenton Spence. Stone gets that one to go. Stone with now just 3 points on the night. Exploded for a career-high 16 in Beatrice's season opener win right here at home a week ago against Nebraska City, and then was shut out against the Blue Jays of Ashland Greenwood. But he's got 4 here tonight.
And he opened this game up doing a really nice job distributing the ball. He had a couple of really good looking assists early on. They got other scores involved for the Orangemen.
Renzi dribbles to the free throw line. Gives off to Gardner, who fades away and gets it to fall. 48-29 Cardinals.
You know, you can't even accuse the defense of over-rotating, because had they not, Gardner would have just finished with the initial move. He's so talented offensive weapon for the Cardinals.
He's got 17. Stone dribbles to his left and back to his right. Petrovsky, right block. Out to Oltmans, dribbles, drives, and we've got a whistle and a tie-up jump ball, and it's going back to the visitors from Crete.
Yeah, and we've seen it throughout this game. The Cardinals can really turn it on defensively. Love how they communicate across the board when they're in that zone, whether it's a 2-3, a 3-2 we've seen.
Whistle and a foul underneath. Petrovsky ties up Justice Gardner. At what point, Andy, do you think we see some substitutions begin to make their way in for Tony Siski?
I think pretty soon.
I would say it's safe to probably make those moves. 19-point lead.
They went on their run at the tail end of that third quarter, carried out that momentum here throughout the fourth.
Around, and down for Colton Fay.
Hey, when it's your night, right, you can use all the iron up there. That's okay. That's what they're for.
6 points on the night, all of them in the paint for the senior guard, Colton Fay. Petrovsky turns around on Gardner, throws one up. Tough angle shot, rebound by Fay off the miss.
Did a nice job keeping that pivot foot live, but Gardner, just the savvy senior, not getting into him as a defender and getting called for the foul.
Spence gets wrapped up. He got a foul here against Crete. Spence with his third foul of the ball game. Looks like his night might be done as he'll check out here.
So impressed with what he was able to do on the bottom side of that defense. That's such a demanding spot to be. You gotta be a high motor guy throughout the entire game, and that's exactly what Kenton Spence brought to the game here tonight.
Slot receiver in football, he's absolutely that. A lot of high energy on both the basketball floor and the gridiron. Brody Stone turns around, throws one up. Tip back out to Petrovsky off the miss, and this time tipped away and taken away here by the Cardinals. Coteal was left wide open, but the window closes. Gives way for a three here by Fay. That one no good. And Brody Stone tracks down the rebound. Another foul here on the Cardinals. Fay with another one.
Coteal was wide open, but he was able to kind of move the defense off their spot, and he found another wide open shooter in his buddy Colton Fay, who nearly knocked it down.
They'll check out 50-29 in favor of Beatrice, or excuse me, in favor of Crete here in Beatrice. Under 3 minutes to go. Stone goes down inside, throws it right to Carson Coteal, who forces the 17th turnover of the night for Beatrice. And a foul underneath here, a push by Cerveny, his second.
Yeah, just really an impressive performance defensively throughout for Crete. You know, and there was times when their offense wasn't in rhythm, or Beatrice was able to get some things to go their way, but that defense was a constant throughout here tonight.
Brody Stone has checked out of the ball game. Evan Roberts in for Clark Gribble and the Orangemen. Coteal to Gardner in the corner. One-handed pass, Gardner over to Coteal. .220 to go. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Beatrice gets the steal. Tyson Cerveny off a pass from his brother Ethan, can't get it to go. Petrovsky, he can't find it either, and the rebound picked up by Coteal. Beatrice has struggled at times in the paint.
You know, they really had. They had the 2-on-1 fast break there, just couldn't finish. I'll tell you who can finish, Carson Coteal, the 5'11 senior.
First bucket of the night for the senior. As we're inside 2 minutes to go in this one, 52-29 Cardinals. Cerveny turns around, kicks it out. This is Ethan Cerveny, who drives, left block, off the window, and in.
Okay. Nice little slash there from the left side.
Ethan Cerveny averaging 2 points per game. He's met that mark there. And we were wondering when the substitutions were going to come. Comes with 90 seconds to go in the ball game as Tony Siski gets ready to empty the bench. Stick around after the ball game for our coaches post-game interview. And I would think, barring one of the best comebacks we've seen in the NSAA, that'll be with Tony Siski. It'll be brought in part by Sarpy County Tourism.
Under 90 seconds to work with is a pretty tough hill to climb right here.
52-31, Cardinals looking to make it 4 in a row over their rivals to the southeast in Beatrice. Paxton Stone with the miss, Roberts the rebound for Beatrice. 60 seconds remain at the O-Zone. Jay Jackson steps out of a three, drives, can't finish. And the rebound picks back up, going the other way. Peening lays one up, he can't finish. And Roberts to Cerveny. Jay Jackson again passes on the three and passes it off to Ethan Cerveny. Tyson wrapped up and fouled by Siski for a substitution. 32 seconds to go. Beatrice is in the double bonus, although I don't know if it'll matter, down by 21.
You know, that's something you can live with, and maybe you're even a little happy to see you rack up some fouls. That means you're being aggressive on the defensive end. In Crete, they rotate in so many players throughout the course of a game. It really shields them most of the time from getting any one guy into foul trouble. And you saw that here tonight in the second half. You would trade that defensive pressure, turning over the opposition, over, you know, putting them in the double bonus with less than a minute to go.
Cervity goes 0 for 2. The rebound picked up on the offensive side. Roberts tries a three. That one no good, and Stone the other way with the rebound.
Gonna have a foul in transition.
Stick around after this one. Andy will head down and have a conversation with a couple of the players and the coach. We'll also have our top plays of the game brought to you in part by Nebraska Orthopedic Center and Rowe Car Dealership in Aurora and Grand Island. Top of the key, passing off left. With the basketball here, Maddox Henderson gives it off to Peening. The final 3 seconds. Stone hangs on to it, and the clock hits zeros. For the fourth year in a row, the Cardinals knock off the Orangemen, and Beatrice falls to 1 and 2 as the Cardinals avenge a loss to Bennington last time out and improve to 2 and 1. The final 52-31. Stick around. Andy will meet with Tony Siski and Justice Gardner right after this.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, you know, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Courtside here in Beatrice, where the Crete Cardinals go on the road, pull off a big victory. Joined now by head coach Tony Siski. Guys won this one kind of going away. What was working?
Our defense, I think we came out, we played more zone than we typically do, but we just liked our length against them. They're a young team. They're a team that's going to get better and better as the season goes on. We thought we'd just give them a little bit different look, get them on their heels, and we did. I think we forced 9 turnovers in the first half, led to some easy buckets for us.
Yeah, nearly caused 20 turnovers overall. And you changed it up, going from man-to-man out of the inbounds pass, change up the zone look every once in a while. What was key to that?
Well, last week we weren't very good on our zone baseline out of bounds, so we just went back to man, and we were a little bit better, but it's something we've got to keep working on is our BOB defense. It's been disappointing because it's something that I try to get these guys to take pride in, not giving up buckets on that.
Well, fellow head coach, state champion Clark Ribble, phenomenal coach. He got into you guys a little bit in that third quarter, made things difficult. How are you able to overcome that?
Got more aggressive offensively. They did a good job, and we were settling. I think our first 5-6 possessions. A lot of them ended in contested 15-footers. And then when got the ball to him in the post, and he found Kenson for an easy one, and we just need to give him touches in those spots. He didn't have to score, but he's a great passer down there, too.
You mentioned him. That's Justice Gardner, tonight's player of the game. What can you tell me about his performance tonight?
It's what we expect from him. Just he's a really good all-around player. We're going to get him the ball in a lot of different spots. We'll run him at the point. We'll run him at all positions, and he makes an impact on the defense end as well.
Coach, thank you for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring our player of the game, Justice Gardner. Huge night, 17 points. You guys got out early. What was key to that early run?
Moving the ball, attacking downhill, being really aggressive. That was really key. And then our defense, being aggressive in D, getting 9 turnovers. That really is like key to getting a good start.
You faced a lot of double teams early on, and then even throughout the second half there, but you're able to play through it or find an open guy. How have you been able to grow throughout your tenure? Now you're a senior.
Yeah, the double is, you kind of enjoy it sometimes. Can you find an open man? There's always someone open with a double. And then, yeah, growing, I think I played with a lot of good players, and they really helped me grow, and then I'm just trying to help my teammates grow as well.
This is always a lively rivalry, Beatrice, Crete. What does it mean to you personally? Your senior, you're able to go on the road and get a big victory against the Orangemen.
We try to treat it as any other game. It is a good win, but we try to just treat it as a normal win. That's what we expect.
And what does this do for your guys' confidence moving forward, knowing that you can go on the road, knock off a rival, and kind of win it going away?
Yeah, at the start of the season, we were kind of not as confident, but as we start getting some games under our belt, I think we can get going and start growing as a team.
Justice, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All righty, Jake, let's send it up to you in the booth to wrap this one up.
All righty, thanks, Andy. I will do just that. Justice Gardner, Tony Siski, thank you very much for their time as well. Beatrice, they fall tonight. Big to the Cardinals, 58-31, the final. Let's tell you how we got there, show you a few of the highlights. Our top plays tonight brought to you in part by Southeast Community College. Discover your path to possible at SCC, as well as Currency. Do you need financing for heavy machinery, trucks, trailers, RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items? Then Currency is here to help. Both of these teams coming in tonight off of losses. Crete fell to Bennington 58-49. Beatrice in off a 63-31 loss to Ashland Greenwood. The Cardinals had made it 3 in a row. Could they make it 4 in a row? Let's find out. 4-2 Cardinals here in the first. Harrison Vetrovsky, leading scorer for the Orangemen tonight with 14. A nice drive across the baseline to get Beatrice on the board. Justice Gardner, you just heard from him, 17 points, a plethora of rebounds and blocks. Splits the defenders. He would make the free throw for the three-point play. There you go. Carter Renzi, leading scorer in the ball game with 18 points. Tough double clutch shot from the right elbow. He's able to get that one to fall. Boston Crawford, we've called the name Crawford knocking down three-pointers in this building. There's a few different angles of a pretty one. Boston Crawford, the sophomore, he would knock down 2 of those tonight for 6 points. Crete able to knock down a triple as well. Renzi with one of 3 triples knocked down tonight by the Cardinals. There's one thing they struggled with, it maybe was three-point shooting. They were 3 of 14 from long range. That's because they had a lot of plays like that. Forced Beatrice into 17 turnovers. They were able to create a lot of points off it. Here's a pretty three-pointer, one of the 3 made by Carter Renzi. He fades away, beats the buzzer to end the third, and the Cardinals lead by 23 heading to the final 8 minutes. Vetrovsky fakes the pass, fakes out Torin Siski, and drills the 3. Vetrovsky had started the season with back-to-back career highs. He was just 2 points short of doing that again and making it 3 in a row. He ended the night with 14 to lead Beatrice. Hook shot from Colton Fee at the right block. He opened the scoring. Kenson Spence there as well. Beatrice, nothing going right defensively. Everything going right for the red jerseys of Crete. And they win it 52-31. That'll do it from the Ozone. Beatrice back in action on Saturday against Aurora out in central Nebraska. Crete improves to 2-1. Beatrice falls to 1-2, but the teams split our boys-girls doubleheader tonight on NCN as the Lady Orange take care of business and knock off Crete 50-46. Thanks a bunch to you, the viewer, and the listeners for tuning in. Thanks to all of our great camera crew, Isaiah, Josiah, Mason, and of course in the truck, Paul and Danny Alvarado. We appreciate you guys as well for making the broadcast possible and pretty. For Andy Klassen, I'm Jake Bartecki saying good night. You're watching NCN.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska.